I'm live for the hour. I'm going to be doing some readings for anyone that would wish. It is the lunar eclipse today. It is the 3rd of March, Tuesday, the 3rd of March. The blood moon, it is today, lunar eclipse, and a day of reset. I'm not actually on here to talk about all of that. I'm here to do readings for anyone that would wish. But it is a key day, and normally around this time of year, hello, Emily. I'd be gearing up to do something on the equinox. It's an important day for me, and the point in the year where I feel like the year truly begins. Right? It's been a wild year already. I think we can all agree on that one. But the equinox is when I feel it begins. But anyway, normally I'd be gearing up to do that, to do something for that day. But this is actually, this feels like a key day. Some very, very interesting, challenging energy at the moment for us to work through. And I was speaking with a friend of mine, he used the word opportunity. And it's a good reminder, because you get times like this where the energy, you get these surges, right? These continual mini surges, I would say. And you notice something in yourself and you think, well, where the hell did that come from? Who even am I? I thought I dealt with that, right? Again and again, these mini surges. And so each one is like an opportunity to assess and yourself, all right, I thought I dealt with that. How much have I dealt? What's new here, right? Because we're multidimensional. We get shown in ourselves something new each time. Different round. We peel the onion, there's more. We peel the onion, there's more. And that's what I mean by opportunity. Like, oh, here's something, here's a depth in myself I hadn't yet come to that needs more attention. That's the opportunity of times like this, these mini surges of revelatory experiences that we have. And so tonight, or today, it's not tonight, it's today. I'm doing something tonight, but today, the blood moon, people are writing all sorts of things about it, but there's less than more to say. It stirs up, brings up a huge amount to the surface. And if we can only have, let me put this the right way. I'm sorry, I'm still getting over a cold, finding my words here. You're probably hearing how congested I am. We can just give ourselves that couple of minutes, 3 minutes, when something challenging comes up, to be inquisitive, curious of it, to find out about it in ourselves. It tends to move, right? And that's all that we're looking to do. Anyhow, I don't wish to go on. I'm going to be reading for you guys with the Robin Wood deck. Today, I like it. Any of you interested in getting into tarot, I recommend it highly. The book that comes with it, or the app, whatever, very interesting. And each card has so much in there to learn from and understand. And I've been reading tarot, funnily enough, for like 15, 16 years. Very interested in decks, but have not come across one as supportive for tarot as this one. Just saying. All right. So the deal is, or the way I do it is, you just put comments in as we go. Comments in. Put your questions in the comments section. I'm going to just read as I see them, chronological order. I don't see anyone on YouTube right now, so I'm going to just go ahead and go through these on Facebook. I never say hello to anyone. So hello, Tracy, Analea, Kathy, Emily, Simone. I never say hello to anyone. I need to be more friendly like that. Appreciate your time, and I do. All right, so let's just go through. Simone, good morning. Love to have a reading from you. I always miss you. Never had one. Well, I'm delighted to have you on here, Simone. Absolutely, I am. All right. So, Simone, I'm just going to do a general read, and it's obviously it's a one-way conversation. So I'm just going to give you what I can give you for now. Simona, I have a good spread in front of me. Um, if this is the first time you're seeing me read, I don't like to be all like vanilla and say the usual shit that people say when they read cards. But I wanted to say I'm looking at a lovely spread for you, and I want to say keep doing what you're doing. Let me add something to that specifically for you. The process by which we realize what it is we want and the diligence that we have to continue to stay focused with that, that's an important two-part thing there. Realizing what we want, what's more than that, realizing what we want, asking for it, and continuing to ask for it, okay? And that builds momentum, right? It builds momentum. Like tonight, we're talking to a bunch of people on this call about letting go of what has been imposed on them, conditioned upon them. And that didn't happen in one go, did it? It would have happened several times. And so if we want to work that for the positive, for the constructive, we also have to be repetitive and consistent with what we're calling forth. So I want to say you are absolutely on the right track, but you can be even more on the right track, all right? So Kathy Drought would love a reading. Okay. Right, Kathy. You've asked for a general reading, so that's sort of how I'm going to give this to you. And I want to say to you, because your reading is about focus, but there's more to it than that. I'm sure you are a very kind and pleasant person. Let me praise you with that. You're just being asked to be a little less nice. I didn't say cruel and I didn't say unpleasant. I just said a little less nice. When we're walking around nice and trying to be nice to everyone and present ourselves in that kind of way, we're probably being over tolerant. We're over accommodating, overextending, and so on. We are losing parts of ourselves. So for you, it's to do that less. Okay. I should be speaking in the positive, but sometimes you shouldn't frame things in that way. When we're learning to impose boundaries and therefore get more focused in the direction we want to be going, we have to be saying no a little more often. Okay. If you like that character in yourself, super. If you don't, give it a try anyway. A true yes or a true no to someone else is their true yes and true no as well. Just saying. And so think incrementally as you do that. We all we can do is what is trying to form this sentence. We can only do with what is right in front of us, okay? And that incrementally builds. And so this thing about nice or not nice, it's not nice maybe for someone in the span of a few minutes, but if we have been enabling them, then saying no and placing a boundary actually in a greater span of things is an extremely kind thing to do. Place that boundary. Okay. Again, I'll apologize to everyone because I'm feeling I'm recovering from a cold and I could be maybe a little more economical with my words here. Oops. Right, Analea. I'd like to create full alignment to manifest a new home Any blockages or resistance need to be released. Any advice? Yeah. Right. So, Analaia, we can talk about this maybe another time because I can't go back and forth here. Everything I'm seeing here is telling me it's going to take a while. And I don't think that's about a block, right? You know, we can go there like, what's my resistance? And I know you're very diligent with that sort of thing. Sorry, I've just seen someone on YouTube. Yes, absolutely. I'll get there in a minute. You can absolutely ask a question. I know you're very diligent, Analea, with your self work, your self process. You absolutely are. I don't think this is about that. I think if we could maybe talk later, I think what this is about is you need to kind of step away and do something else or travel. I don't know what it is, but I don't think you going from this home to another building is the exact step to do. I think there's something that has to happen in between all of that. And maybe if you can give yourself a bit of a break or respite or put stuff in storage for a while, even. Okay. So even if I'm off on that, can your take home from this be there is something to happen in between moving, and it's not, I believe, because of you getting in the way of it. All right. Let me. Sean is good. Good. Thank you for being on here. Mary, I'll get to your question next. Let me answer a question on here. I don't see your name, but you're saying, can I ask a question? I'm dealing with a person romantically. Can I get guidance regarding that? Should I go forth and put in the work or focus on moving on? Got you. I'm on YouTube here. Yeah. So again, to you on YouTube right now, you're asking about the relationship. I don't see a future for this relationship. I believe you should focus on moving on, and some of you have heard me read on relationships over the last years years and years I've been doing this now on Facebook and YouTube and so on. How often it comes up to do the work, right? But that's not what I'm seeing here. I see that I'm getting tens, right? Tens, and whatever has been completed, and it's for you to move on. Okay, and I think you know that as well. All right, Mary, back to Facebook here. Need to know if I should keep this long distance, should let this long distance relationship go or try to keep working on it. Thank you in advance. All right. So here we have another relationship question, and we'll see the answers. I'm not expecting the same answer at all. I don't have a library of responses in my head. Hmm. Okay, so Mary, I do see that we've got quite a bit of miscommunication, and even dare I say challenge energy right now regarding this relationship. I I do think you can get over it. I do think you can get through it, over it, whatever is your choice of words here. But it's going to take some work, okay? But it's going to take some work. I feel like you are doing a little more of the heavy lifting in that respect right now. And I'd like to invite him to do some as well, because it can't just happen from one side. We've all been that person in a relationship where we've tried to do the work for both people and it doesn't work. You need two people to do the work, right? You have to have two people to do the work. And if that's the case, and if he will, Mary, then I actually see it. I actually see the relationship blossoming quite in a quite lovely way. But let's not beat around the bush. There's quite a bit to get through there. If it was me in this kind of situation, I would start by saying things like, "What are you not saying? What are you not saying to me? What are you not telling me? What are you not saying?" And starting that conversation, okay? Um, Peggy, Peggy. I need to wear a darker color because I have trouble to. I'm having trouble reading it on here. Sorry, just seeing what you've written on YouTube. No, it's one question per person. Okay, it's one question per person. Where are we? Good morning. Sending you some love and healing energy. Thank you very much. I am very receptive to healing energy. Thank you very much. It's been a long few days. I love that deck. Love a general reading if you have time, of course. Excuse me. Peggy is a very dear friend of mine from Kansas City who I miss very much. And she's an incredible, phenomenal reader as well. I mean, just. Oh, okay, Peggy, a lovely spread for you. I'm even going to just show you briefly here. I'm just look at that. Lovely, absolutely lovely. The what I like about what I'm seeing here, because I know you're somewhat familiar with it. Peggy reads in a different way. She's a investigative medium. Incredible work there. Does tours of hospitals and things like that. Anyway, what I like about this is I'm seeing your inner power getting the expression it needs, but also the path ahead of you opening up and being clear. I'm a little envious because astrologically, I don't have that for a couple of months yet. It was about 6-8 weeks anyway. So lovely to see someone having the fire horse energy in a more simplistic way. So this is one of those do whatever you want periods. Oh Jesus, that's great, Peggy. Yeah, and I was about to say it's a very spirit led time, and you say, well, everything's a spirit led time. Absolutely, yes. But I think the distinction is there are times when we're working through more stuff ourselves, and it's harder to hear and it's harder to follow guidance and so on. But it seems like you have quite an open path for the time being. I'm not saying there isn't change ahead. There is, but right now, really do what you want to do. Tracy, please. Can you please tell me if it looks like October, November would be a good time for me to go to Australia and Tokyo? I don't know what DL is, or should I wait until the conflicts currently occurring in the world settle down? So you say October, November. I like this music. Listen to this. Okay, so happy to say we have quite a we have options here, and they're quite similar reads as it goes. I sort of prefer, Tracy, the waiting for the conflicts to ease up path here. I sort of prefer that, but it's not black and white, and it's not left and right. It's actually quite close. So I do feel that you could go ahead and book for October, November. Bearing in mind things shift and change, you get your insurance, you do whatever you need to do. I feel you could do that, and it would be a lovely trip. I feel confident of that. Okay. My slight preference would be to wait, but I'm just looking at what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Presh and Carrie, I'll read for you after that. Oh, lovely reads for people to say. This is precious. Is great. What I'm looking at here, but I want to go a little further than just say great, because I have a bit more time than I usually have here. Wow, Jesus, wow, beautiful. So number one, I feel like you're passing through. I'm looking at a couple of cycles, one that's just completing, and then another one that's going to complete. All right. So there are times we work at things, and then then it just happens. And part of that is because of the work we put in. I'm going to say mostly, right? But also there are just some cycles in our trajectory chart and all of that. And And this is it's a little different to what I was just saying to Peggy. But let me just say the things I need to say here. You're right on track. This is like a graduation time, okay? And when we graduate, that means we've worked through something, and then we don't need to keep working through it, right? We've worked through it. We go move on. We move on and up, okay? And if we graduate, we're not still the same person that we were when we were working toward graduating or graduate. We were a new person now, and so we stop having the previous version of us be the reference point. I hope you're understanding this. And there are times when, let's see if I can draw this. Okay. Right, not good at drawing, but can you see we've got like two cycles, right? Big cycle, small cycle. And you are sort of here, I guess, or wherever the completion point would be. So a good huge burst of new for you here. So this is great. I would encourage you to have more quiet time, more silent time, more listening time. I very much appreciate that. When I get on here, you ask questions. I appreciate the interest you have in this and what I do and growth and so on. But I think the next bit for you is about hearing it for yourself on the inner, right? And being reminded of your own wisdom. Yeah. We'll just see who's here. Oh, there's quite a few people here. Gosh, I didn't realize that. Okay, let me do my best then. Let me do my best. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? I'm sorry, I'm all out of. Kathy, Emily, Carrie Daniels. Just quickly, Presh, I saw you added another question. Will my living situation improve? I'm seeing everything improving for you, just to be clear. All right, Carrie. I'm going to make this the last general reading I do. I didn't realize there's quite a few people on here, and sure. I don't often get readings or answers like this, by which I mean, usually it's just for the person who's asking the question. And I don't know if you're married or in partnership of some kind, but I'm going to assume you are. And this is very much a reading for you both, right? For you both, and to be making choices together and to be considering each other in each other's choices. And now I say it out loud, shouldn't that always be the case in a relationship? But it kind of isn't. I don't prioritize, of course. I don't. It's just, this is what I'm seeing coming up here. It's important for him to be there. Whatever it is about certain needs he has, it's important that those are met. That will benefit you, right? It's just, so I'm saying this very clearly. It's not about prioritizing one person over another. It's never about that. Sometimes in the moment it is, in order to have balance in the relationship. And balance in the relationship, and that's how I see that feeding back to you, is yes, absolutely, a certain frequency of balance that you need, but also also the flavor of essence, vibration, whatever it is, he brings into the home that you enjoy. Okay, this wasn't a reading so much about you as it is about the two of you making choices together and being sure that his needs are met. 'Cause I feel like he doesn't express those. Everyone has them, not everyone expresses them, and yeah, that's a different conversation. Okay, Ruth. What is a good time to visit my brother and sister-in-law in Maryland in April, May, June, or July? Thank you for a specific question, Ruth. Oh, got to say, these are all good months except for May. That is not a good month. So you could go as soon as April, and that would be nice. I actually prefer June, July, even towards July. Okay, if you're just asking about energy, but other than May, it's good. If you're looking for a more clear answer, I'd say the further away you leave it, the better. Okay, there's still a bit of healing to do in with them or one of them, and still quite a lot actually going on. So I'd say a little further away than closer, later than sooner. That's what I want to say. But if you want to go soon, then you can. Maria, will you be able to apply for your SSA benefits soon or only in October? Okay. Okay. So again, quite a lot of activity around this as well, Maria. I'm getting September, right? Interruption with doing it sooner is just what I'm getting. But I don't think you need to wait as long as October either. So I'm getting September is the sweet spot there. Getting September is September, not October, September. Patricia, will you go out with your new friend from work? Okay. Just need to reshuffle here. Patricia, to your question, I'm getting a yes on that. There is more to it that you're not telling me, and so I'm getting a bit of unclarity around this. That's how I know. That's how I know. I you know, there. I know there's a deeper, more elongated question you have about it, but I don't know what the question is. But to your question, I am getting a yes. To your question, here I am getting a yes. Ginger. Any messages on how to heal a broken relationship with your two very special great nephews? Their mother has forbidden me to contact them due to her being called out for her behavior. Shit, yeah. These boys are like mine, and it's breaking my heart to not have contact. Okay. Reminds me of a couple of people I know. All right. Ginger, they will come to you. They will seek you out. All right. They'll seek you out. They'll come to you. Just do you right now. I don't think you've probably ever heard me in all these times say just trust. Okay. I don't wheel that one out very often, but I'm saying it now. Just trust. Keep on with what you're doing, and they will come find you. Okay. The silver lining of when things like that happen is that the people that are being controlling kind of reveal that, expose that, and so you don't have to do that for them. So all will be well. Maybe not today, tomorrow. All will be well. Emily. Oh, yes, I haven't seen a question for you until then. We said, I thought I posted my question above, but can you read into Alex's energy about our relationship and what he sees in you? So I'm not going all chat GPT on you, Emily. I'm just saying what he sees in you is someone that's walking their own path and has had a past, okay? Which means it's not been all easy. So he sees a human, he sees a reflection, okay? He also has a sense of what you can be and become. And that's lovely. That's really lovely. Where it can be a burden sometimes too, to see someone's potential, but that's it. That's it. He sees you're a real person. He sees you're a real person. Um, but you're asking what he sees in you. Your independence is attractive to him. I don't know his past. I'm seeing an element of it here, right? Seeing an element of it here. Don't know his past, but I could imagine he has experienced codependency before, and in you he sees someone that he won't have that with. Okay, longer conversation, of course, to have, but all is well. Denise, been working with we've been working with a counselor, and sometimes you feel like you're failing. Hold on. Failing. I think it's failing. Anyway, I kind of get the point. In the process, are you having more progress than you are aware of? That's what you're asking. You're making great progress, Denise, and I think, and I needed to see this before I responded. I think the fact that you feel like you're failing is indicative that you are not, right? That you feel like you're failing, that means you're connected to something, you're aware, and so on. You're in touch with, and cognizant of how far there is to go. Okay, and we've all got a long way to go. We've all got a long way to go. If you think I'm being vacuous here, no, you've just turned a corner. So you're doing very well. There is quite a bit to go also, and I think you have a prescience of that, if that's the word. But you are absolutely not failing. I can't give you that in the slightest. You've got some ways to go. Yes, but you want that. But no, you are not failing. Not failing. Not failing. Not failing. Not failing. Michelle. Michelle, seriously considering a big life change, including a physical move, and feeling overwhelmed and fearful. How to move through or past inner conflict. Right, so this is lovely analogy of stop and smell the roses. You've heard that before. It's not about smelling roses. It's about pausing and an experience you get to have with something in front of you when you do it. Now, when you stop and pause and you pattern interrupt, the pathways open, you get guidance, you get a different perspective, okay? And you're asking a question about conflict, moving through conflict. We move through conflict when we disconnect from it, okay? We disconnect from conflict, we get connected to ourself, okay? That's how we move through it. We open up to a solution, we open up to possibilities, we step into it, we have the energy to do so, we follow through. We are no longer in conflict, okay? No longer in conflict, and able to, from a fresh perspective, attend to the degree and depth of healing that we need to, right? That's how you move through the particular conflict. That's how you move through the conflict that you're working with. Yeah. All right. It's there. It's just taking the time. And Carolyn, is it time for another move? And if so, will I finally feel safe enough to call it forever? Or is where I am now my forever? Okay. Okay, well, Carolyn, I would say that where you are, I'm hesitant to say it's the forever home. I want to, but something in me is just holding back there. It can be your forever home. It can be, but I do not see any moves coming up imminently for you. I don't see that. Where you are right now can be your forever, and probably will. All right. So everyone, take a breath with me, please, if you will. Please take a nice breath with me. Here, let's take a breath, please. Just a few of us on together right now, and the world is on fire right now. The world is on fire. We have to do our best to be present, steady, regulated, right? I'm not saying that's easy. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it is not. And so we just take a breath. We pause, we take a breath. We take a breath for people who are short of breath at the moment, lost in reaction, fear, judgment. We'll take a breath for all of these people, remembering we are part of the same planet. Humanity is connected. We remember that even though we place some people above and some people below, we are all connected, all God's children. Loved and blessed, each one. And in this just brief moment of prayer, we pray for the very best for you, for your family, all that you need. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, I do have interesting things in the pipeline, but they are all in the pipeline, so I won't go talk about them today so much. I wish you all a wonderful week. Thank you for hanging out with me for a while here. Not this weekend, but next I'll be doing a sound healing on here, and you all take care. Take care. Love to you and your family.